राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Jayo Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe, Jaya Gaur Nitai Gaur Nitai Gaur Nitai, Jaya Gaur Nitai, Jayo Shri Gopal Shri Gopal Shri Gopal, Jayo Shri Gopal, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare H Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Shri Radhe, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Shri Gopal, Shri Gopal, Shri Gopal, Jaya Shri Gopal, Jaya Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura.
Hare Krishna everybody. Thank you for coming for this monthly Chetana festival. So our today's topic is our greatest hope, and I'm sure that we all have some hope in our life which helps us get up in the morning, inspires us, but sometimes we don't have that spark which fuels our hope. So our today's speaker, Sita Mataji, will definitely help us ignite that small ray of hope. So before speaking about Sita Mataji, she is a dentist by profession, and she also does she's also a psychologist. And since 1993, she has been in association with our temple and doing lots of activities and services for the improvement of our and growth of our movement. And Mataji's profound service, one of the most profound service is that Mataji is the founding member of Women Empowerment Wing. So without wasting much time, let's invite Mataji with our Haribol chant. So let's try 3 times chant Haribol. Haribol, Haribol, Haribol.
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna everyone. I welcome all of you to this month's Chetana festival, and I'm so happy to see these wonderful bright faces, and thank you for taking your time on a Saturday evening to spend with all of us and with Shri Radha Gopinath. Isn't this an honor to be with Radha Gopinath on a Saturday evening? So we are all very happy to welcome you, and you all know today's topic is our greatest hope. Would you all like to come little ahead this way? So I would like to throw this question to all of you. When you think of this word hope, isn't it the most common word we use every day? From the time we wake up in the morning, sometimes I hope my mom makes this for breakfast. Your favorite dish, right? You're bored eating the same thing. I hope she makes this, right? First thing in the morning you think. And then you get ready and say, I hope the bus is on time. And then you reach the office and say, I hope the boss is not in a bad mood today. Huh? And some girls must be thinking, I hope I get a good husband. So this word hope is quite used quite often, right? So you'd like to tell me something? What this word hope, what is the thought which comes in your mind? Maybe you can just share one word. Yes, you'd like to say something?
Hare Krishna.
Wow. She's reached the end of the lecture already. For her, Hare Krishna is hope. Very good. Anything else? What does hope stand for in your life? Fulfilling of desires. Very nice, yeah. A ray of light. Very good. Huh? Expectations. Yeah, hopes and expectations. That's true. What else? Anybody would like to share? Positivity. Very good. For me, the word strength comes. You like this word strength? Connected with hope? Yeah. Anything else? Yes? Mercy. Very nice. Yes. Hari Bol. She has got the crux of the matter. Radha Rani is our only hope. Any other word? Think. Anything else? Shelter? Do you like this word shelter? Yeah, hope gives shelter. Right? So I'm going to read some quote. So now, any one of you, can you imagine a life without hope? Like as she said, every morning we wake up, it's because we have hopes and desires, as somebody said, right? We have so many hopes and desires, and that makes us wake up in the morning. Can you imagine a life of having no hope at all? How miserable that would be. So, if you see the statistics today, most of the people who become so miserable that they commit suicide, are they in the most poorest countries? Or it is maximum among the richest countries? Or among the people who are rich, who have everything in their life, who have had all their desires fulfilled. So isn't it amazing that how can somebody think of ending their life when they have everything? So isn't this a mystery? So the mystery is this, that there is only one reason when a person who has everything in their life, who is rich as hell, has every facility, can fulfill all their desires, but they realize after having all those material things that still they are unhappy within their hearts. And when they have no hope, when they lose hope, that's the time they feel, what is the use of having all those things? And that's when a person loses hope, that's when they think of taking this drastic step. So isn't that sad? So the most important thing in life is to have hope. So we can learn so much, and there are so many quotes. As she said, positive thinking. There is this very wonderful quote by Helen Keller. Have you heard of Helen Keller? She said, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Whatever people achieve in this world, it's only because of this inner hope that they will, reach one point in their life. They have so many hopes and desires which they want to fulfill. And that's the impetus that they have to achieve. Take the life of Helen Keller herself. Do you know she was blind? Since 1 year of age, she was completely blind. Can you imagine? A young girl who had to learn everything just by the sense of touch. How hopeless her life must have felt when she was growing up. How difficult it must have been. But every step she kept this attitude, like what she has written, is that optimism. She always kept this positive mindset that even though I don't have everything in my life, she was lacking the most important thing. Aren't we all grateful that all our senses are working perfectly common nowadays?
Hare
The
Krishna.
whole stock market drops, and then you get news one after the other of industrialists, very, very rich people committing suicides. Can you imagine? The owner of Cafe Coffee Day, poor thing, he didn't get anybody to drink coffee and share his problems with. He had to jump in the river. Can you imagine? You all go to Cafe Coffee Day, sit with friends and share your problems, right? But this is what happens when there are financial problems. It can make a person lose hope, right? Someone was saying something? Yeah? Rejection. Yes, as women, as girls, we are very sensitive to rejection, right? Rejection is something which can break our hearts.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
So we will talk about all these things. Yeah, next.
Disrespect of women.
Yeah. Rejection, disrespect. It can make us lose our faith in, mankind. That how can anyone treat women in the way that it is happening today? So we see all this happening in today's world, and we see that we think to ourselves, is there hope? Really? Next.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Injustice to poor people.
Yeah. There is so much injustice in today's day and age. And one thing which all of you did not mention is wars. Since last 2 years, we have only been hearing about wars. Right? Sometimes the pain of seeing the news of the wars is so much that sometimes mentally we have to block ourselves just to protect, or we just ignore. But this is the state of the world today. And it can completely make a person lose hope. So we see that hope is like that light, ray of light. Somebody said that. Imagine a dark tunnel. Have you experienced that when you're going in a train between Pune? And suddenly, the whole train becomes dark, the compartment. And as you're coming to the end of the tunnel, the ray of light comes. How it feels, just a ray of light is enough to remove the darkness. That is hope. So all the things that you talked just now, that is the nature of this material world. Do you think one fine day you wake up in the morning, all these news will go away? No. We are, forced to accept this. But that ray of light in that tunnel is what is hope. And that one ray of light is enough to dispel the darkness of the tunnel, isn't it? Recently there was this news. Did you hear about these miners who were stuck in that tunnel? For days we were following that news, isn't it? It was such a news which shook the whole world, whole of India, right? Sometimes, did you imagine what if I would be there inside that tunnel? What a feeling that is, no? And there was no hope they had in the beginning, that they will even come out of it. But one person, was inspiring everyone. Did you read about that? One person was inspiring everyone and giving them that hope. And as soon as after 3 or 4 days, they made some contact with the outside world, that was like a big ray of hope for them, right? And that ray of hope was enough to sustain them. So this tiny ray of hope can give so much strength to all those miners to last for how many days? They were there for almost 20 days, right? Or 1 month, or quite a long time. And they survived and came out of it. So, from this we understand that hope gives strength. And not only that, it helps us to overcome our fears. So I want to give you now some examples from the animal world, because she spoke about animals. Frogs can teach us a lot of lessons. And there is this very wonderful experiment which was done with frogs. And it is it teaches us a very, very important lesson about hope. So they did this experiment on frogs, 2 frogs, and they threw these 2 frogs in a big vessel of water. And as you know, they will try their best. They'll keep paddling and swimming, to save their lives so that they don't drown into that vessel. So for 10 minutes they were going on swimming, and after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, after 25, 30 minutes, you could see that they are becoming very tired. Their movements were becoming more difficult and they were almost drowning. And at that moment, they were just picked up from that water and taken out and kept for a few minutes. And then, after a few minutes, they were again put into that water. Again, they started swimming and paddling. And of course, when they are tired, you can see that their strength reduces and that time also reduces. So again they were picked up and they were kept out for a few minutes and then again put in the water. And the third time, do you know, first time they were there for 25 minutes and they were almost drowning after that. Second time they were for maybe 20 minutes and they were, feeling tired. The third time, do you know, in this experiment, how long they were sustaining themselves? Almost 60 hours. A long time. Why is that? What is this experiment making us realize? What does it make you realize? That the third time, the frogs, they kept hoping that now I will be removed. Now I will be removed from here. So they kept persevering, they kept swimming, they kept swimming. Isn't that amazing? That means just little bit of hope made them persevere, made them last, made them survive. That survival instincts. You know what is survival instinct, right? Each one of us has that survival instinct. Because of that hope that we will be saved, they kept swimming and they kept swimming. That helped them to overcome so much. It means they kept endeavoring. So this is such a great lesson, right? And there is another example of frogs again. There were two frogs who were again in this well now this time. They were fallen in this well. Oh, sorry, not exactly a well. In this pot. And both were struggling. And there were many other frogs outside who were trying to, discourage them. Some were discouraging, some were encouraging. But one of the frogs was deaf. So for him, he's just seeing people telling something. While the other frog was not deaf. He could hear everything. So he became so bogged down by the discouraging words, You cannot do it. You're just, it's no use. Give up. He became so bogged down by all this, bad, negative vibes coming towards him that he just gave up and he drowned himself. Whereas the frog who was deaf, for him, those who were encouraging and those who were discouraging both looked the same because he couldn't hear. It was his attitude, which because of his positive attitude, he thought in his mind that they are all encouraging me so much. So he kept trying and he jumped out of the well, out of the vessel and saved himself. So from this again, we learn the point which you talked about, that judgment can really, make us or break us actually. So many times we lose hope in life. It's because we become so bogged down. Nowadays there is a whole new species of people called as trolls. They thrive on, negativity, negative comments. Even the best person on earth, they'll find something or the other to say, bad, to put them down. But we don't want to be like that, right? There is this beautiful example which they give in the Bhagavatam, whether you want to be like a bee or you want to be like a fly. The choice is in our hands, right? Where have you seen flies always? Wherever something is rotting, you'll see a lot of flies. Something really stinky and dirty. And where do you find bees? They're always hovering around these beautiful flowers, right? So we have a choice whether we want to be like the fly or we want to be like the bees, being attracted to these beautiful flowers. So what kind of mindset do we want to choose? A negative kind of mindset or a positive kind of mindset? A fly is always looking for something stinky, dirty, something wrong, always suspicious, having no trust on people. Don't you feel sometimes we are like that? We have difficulty in trusting, and we are seeing only negative in our life situations. And that is human. I'm not trying to say that we are all perfect. We all have this. But at times like this, we have to remind ourselves that we have to strive to be like the bees and try to see the positive in every situation and in every person. Because only that will give us that hope. Only then we'll be able to make progress in our life, in every way, not just materially, even spiritually. So this is the very important lesson that we learn. Now hope also gives us strength. Right? Strength for what but? What do you need strength for? All of you were sharing the difficult situations that we face in our lives, all the difficult news that we read, all the different events that we see which completely destroy our faith sometimes, completely destroy hope in our lives. Don't you think we need strength at that time? We need strength from within ourselves and also from others. We need that strength. We need to receive that strength from others, from our friends, from our loved ones, from our families. We look towards them for strength, right? No man is an island. Don't think that, have you heard this statement, no man is an island? Never think that you alone can handle everything. That is one more mindset which actually can lead to a lot of frustration and lead to a lot of loss of hope. When you really believe that I have to do everything, I have to struggle and somehow, fight and get out of problems. And in youth especially, we see that when you do that, you become so overwhelmed. Isn't it? We become so overwhelmed because we are not strong enough. Sometimes you need someone else to give you that strength, to give you that encouragement, to give you that ray of hope that we are looking for. So it is very important that when you go through difficult situations in life, share your pain with others. Share your sorrows with others. Don't think that, yes, I can do it all on my own. Let me just keep everything within myself. So, I would like to share this very wonderful story of two patients who were admitted in a hospital. And one was terminally ill and the other was brought in and he was given the bed next to him and he had just met with an accident and he had lost both his eyes. Imagine what kind of traumatic situation he must have gone through and how difficult it must be for him that he has just lost his eyes in an accident and he is totally bedridden. Do you think he would be very hopeful? Every day he was going on complaining and he was so miserable and he had no hope left. So he was going on telling, his friend, the person, the terminally ill patient next to him, that I am so miserable, I have lost my eyes, I cannot see anything, I just wish I could see again. And there was this beautiful window, a big wide window just next to the terminally ill patient on the other side. And that patient started telling this patient who lost his eyes every day, he started telling him what he's seeing outside the window. He would describe everything in great detail. He would describe the playground which is there and all the children who are coming there, what are the different sports that they are playing. He would even tell stories about, some very funny characters, or he would come up with some story about what is happening on the window on the other side. And every morning, this patient who lost his eyes would wake up and ask, now what do you see outside the window? Please tell me, is that same lady who comes to sell fruits, is she still there? Tell me something about the children, which games are they playing? And everything in detail, He wanted to hear everything what is happening. And that made him stop slowly complaining, because his whole focus went on what is happening on the window on the other side. And he made it so interesting for him. And one fine day he woke up and he was patting on the bed on the side. Tell me what is happening in the window outside. And there was nobody on the bed. And he was shocked. So what happened? Where is my friend who was telling me all these wonderful stories every day and kept me completely, enlivened? And the nurse told him, sorry, last night he passed away. And he was so heartbroken. Who's going to tell me? How will I come to know? How can I live now? Because I was looking forward to this every day. And he was feeling so heartbroken, but then he was told that now you have a donor for your eyes. And he became so happy. And they operated him and he got eyes, and in few days they opened this, the bandage that was on his eyes. And the first thing he told, guess what he told? I want to look outside the window. And he ran and he wanted to look. He opened the window. And guess what he saw? There was just a wall. Because on that side of the hospital, there was just a wall, blank wall. What do you learn from this story? That just the hope of hearing about these wonderful pastimes that is happening outside the window every day, it actually saved his life. This terminally ill patient saved this person's life. Can you imagine how important, it is that we have people around us who give us that hope? How important it is that we get strength from each other. Sometime, maybe you might be that person who can give that hope to others. Don't you think each one of you has that capacity? Don't you think that each one of you has that opportunity to help someone else who is losing hope and who's down in the dumps, as they say? Each one of us has that capacity, and each one of us also needs somebody to give us that strength. Right? Because only we can help each other to overcome our fears. Only we can help each other to overcome our insecurities in life, right? Which make us lose our hope. Only each one of us can give that support when we face betrayals, right? Only each one of us can give each other that support when we lose someone who is very dear to us. When you share your pain with others, you know, your sorrows, you divide your sorrows, right? When you share the sorrows with others, you divide it. And when you share your happiness with others, you multiply your happiness. Right? So we really need each other, because only we can give that ray of hope which each one of us needs in our life to continue living. There is this beautiful story which I heard from Radhanath Maharaj in one of his Prerna lectures. You have heard about Hitler, right? It's like the black chapter in the history of mankind, right? Where people were put through such misery, such kind of suffering, which is unheard of. Right? But there are so many stories of survivors of these, they call it the Holocaust. They call it the Holocaust because almost millions of people lost their lives. And they had all the reason to lose hope. Have you heard of Anne Frank? She is one great example of how she, till the last moment of her life, she had so much hope. And she would write this, her experiences and her feelings of hope in a diary, which became so famous after she passed away. So there are stories of this Holocaust. Have you heard about the gas chambers? That these people were actually sent into gas chambers where all of them were killed. And in this lecture he was sharing that one of the devotees whose grandfather was a Nazi soldier, he shared this, that he went into this gas chamber and where people were like pushed inside. And on the walls, he was shocked to see that there were beautiful drawings made by all these Jewish people who were kept in these gas chambers for days before they were killed. The whole wall was full of beautiful drawings with whatever they could get, some chalk piece or a charcoal piece or even scratching. They were drawing these beautiful flowers. They were making these scenes of gardens and, you know, beautiful bees around these flowers. So isn't it like a oxymoron in a place like a dungeon where, you know, you see these beautiful paintings? So they were shocked to find this, you know. And he always had this question, what is this, you know? What is driving these people to make these kind of drawings of beautiful flowers and birds and, you know, bees and gardens, when they are so, they have to be depressed, right? So he was always having this question. So he asked those Jewish people, how come you all are drawing these kind of drawings, which is completely different from what it should be, your attitude or your mental this. He said that the Jewish person explained to him that our bodies have been humiliated, to the extent that, they were literally stripped before being sent into the gas chamber. He said, but you cannot touch our spirits. You cannot touch our hearts, you cannot touch our spirit. Because our spirits have realized one thing, that you may do whatever to this body, but my heart and my soul is free. And the moment we become free from this suffering of this material world, we will be liberated. We will be free. Because in our real spiritual nature, we will be connected to God. This was their thinking. And in their heart of hearts, they were saying that the Hitler, you may kill us, you may do anything, but you can never defeat us. In fact, you will be defeated ultimately. And that's what happened. Hitler committed suicide. That means he became so hopeless that he couldn't even live. Whereas these people, even though their bodies were destroyed, they were humiliated to such a level, but their spirits were soaring high. That's the power of hope. That's how they conquered the fear. They were not fearful. Can a fearful person draw like this? You can imagine how strong their spirit was. You agree to this? That you cannot destroy the spirit, the soul of a person. And that's where the real strength and real hope comes from. Right? So this is a beautiful example. And then Maharaj went on to explain that this devotee whose great-grandfather was telling him that story, he is now a devotee. And Radhanath Maharaj is from a Jewish family whose ancestors were killed in these kind of gas chambers. And then he was saying that today we both are friends. And we are very close. Why? Because we have got the greatest hope. Both of us have taken shelter of the path of bhakti. So we are connected forever. Not with hatred, not with anger, but with love. So this is the power of hope, that it can connect people. It can give strength to people. And make people go beyond this hatred that we see in this world today. And if we give up hope, then there will be no hope in this world. As devotees, they set an example for us that we can rise beyond hatred. So, I would like to share the story from Ramayana. You'd like to hear this story? We are all very happy with this beautiful welcoming of Ram Lalla deity after 500 years in our country. And there is so much, to learn from Ramayana. In fact, these scriptures like Ramayana, they are the only hope in today's age of darkness. Because in each character of Ramayana, we can learn so much, that in the most difficult situations, in the most trying situations also, how they overcome all these difficulties just by taking shelter of the Lord. So you all know that Sita Devi was abducted in a very, very, literally Ravana came in disguise. He betrayed. It was like as you were saying, betrayals that you have to face. Sita Devi, with a very pure heart, she wanted to give Dakshina. And she crossed, unfortunately, that Lakshman Rekha. And Ravana abducted her and took her to his kingdom, to make a long story short. And she was unaware of what the future is going to be. She was in this Ashoka garden, and who were there all around her? The most deadliest of demons, demonesses. And every day Ravana was coming and threatening her that if you don't submit to me, I will have you for breakfast. Like, I'll eat you up. And all these Rakshasis were threatening her every day that we'll cut you into pieces if you don't submit to the wishes of Ravana. And she was in this position where she was not aware that, does Lord Ram know where I am? Will I ever get free from here? When will he come? She was in so much separation from Lord Ram that she was every day slowly losing hope. She was almost on the verge of leaving her body. So we can learn from this that even great souls like Ram and Sita, through this pastimes, they teach us that we all will come in that kind of situation sometime or the other in our life. Right? Can we all confidently say, no, everything will be perfect? We cannot, because this is the nature of the material world. You have to face challenges in life. So Sita Devi was almost losing her hope, and she was almost leaving her body. And that's when, who came in the form of a ray of hope in her life? Hanumanji. Hanumanji ki jai. And Hanumanji was sent by Lord Ram because he knew that I am going to ultimately reach there, but before I reach there, what if Sita Devi leaves her body? Because of the suffering that she's going through. Every minute that she has to, be in separation from Lord Ram, that is like death itself, that pain. So he sent Hanumanji with this big mission, that give that hope to Sita Devi. And he gave him his own ring, right? Because he knew that as soon as she sees the ring, immediately the darkness will just go away from her heart. So Hanumanji was sitting up in the tree, and he was watching everything what Sita Devi was going through. And he was waiting for the right moment to jump down and come before her. So after all the demons and the Rakshasis left, he started singing the glories of Lord Ram first. And as soon as Sita Devi heard the glories of Lord Ram, the darkness started going from her heart. She became, so happy to hear the glories of Lord Ram. And then he jumped down before and came in front of Sita Devi. But she was scared at first, right? Because it's not easy to trust people, right? When you are suffering so much. So she couldn't trust that, is it a demon or is it somebody who Lord Ram has sent? But as soon as he showed her the ring immediately she became so hopeful, and the strength came into her lifeless body. And she was so excited to hear from Hanuman that Lord Ram has already reached. He is just across the ocean, and it's just a matter of time that Lord Ram will come to rescue her. Can you imagine how she must have felt? She must have felt so blissful and happy and hopeful. So in the same way, and Hanumanji was ready to take her immediately back. He told us, just hop onto my shoulders, I will take you across and save you. But she said, no. You have given me the hope, that is more than enough. You are a pure devotee of Lord Ram. And just by seeing your darshan, my heart is just free from this pain and suffering, and I'm feeling so hopeful. You have given me hope to live. You have given me that strength to live. I am so grateful for that. And I'm ready to wait for Lord Ram. And you have confirmed my faith that Ram aayenge, zarur aayenge. And he will protect me. And he will rescue me and take me out of this most dangerous situation that I am in. So each one of us, aren't we here in this material world? Aren't we surrounded by these three forms of miseries, which are like demons? Aren't we bound under these three modes of material nature? Sattva gun, Rajogun and Tamogun. Aren't we like prisoners? Like Sita Devi? This world is a prison house with no walls, no locks, no keys. Everything is invisible, but we are all bound here like prisoners. None of us is free. Right? You think you are free? We cannot be in that illusion. The reality is that we are bound and we are surrounded by the most dangerous species on earth. Who are the most dangerous species on earth? Human beings. Right? You agree? Because animals, they only attack when they are hungry. Right? That's why you feel sad when animals are, killed so mercilessly, because they are so sinless. They just kill to eat, just to fill their belly, to survive. Whereas human beings, do they have any reason to attack? We are facing attacks every day, right? Not just physical, even verbal attacks. You know that even words can kill. And as women, we have that strength, right? Our tongue is like a sword. We can cut people to pieces with our tongue. Do you want to use your tongue to kill people? Hurt people? No, right? So we are in this material world, we are in this very, very dangerous situation, very, very challenging situation. Like Sita. And what is the ray of hope? The chanting of the glories of Lord Ram. Hanuman did that first, right? So the chanting and dancing and glorifying the Lord and reading the scriptures, they can give us the greatest hope. The hope that we need to survive, to live. But not just to survive and to live. There is a higher purpose to life. Do you want to just be like those ants and those, every life that we lived like an ant, we lived like a cockroach, we lived our lifetime like a monkey, dog. We lived and went away. You want to live like that? As human beings, don't you think that we have come with a higher purpose in life? There is so much you can contribute to each other, to help each other, to give hope in this world. Don't you think that we can contribute so much? That's the real purpose of our lives. If you are sitting here, if you are a devotee of the Lord, your life is very, very special. Why? Because you are the carriers of hope. You are the carriers of the hope which Lord Ram wanted to give Sita. Who was the carrier of hope in that story? Hanuman. Wasn't Hanuman the carrier of hope? He took that hope, the ring, and he gave that hope to Sita. So we all can really perfect our lives if we just take the shelter of the holy name, perfect our lives first by save ourselves first. Right? When you hear the holy name, you will get that hope first, because we are also in this very, very dangerous suffering situation. If you go in an aeroplane, the first instruction they give is, in case of there is a crash, first put the oxygen mask on your face. First you take the breath of oxygen, energize yourself, and then save others. Isn't that true? Once we get that ray of hope, once we feel enlivened, then we can become the carriers of that hope for others. We can help so many others, and there are millions of people today. Each one of us in this world today is losing hope. Many people are really ready to give up. Shouldn't we do something for that? Then some people have this very, very cynical attitude. There are millions of people. There are 7 billion people in this world. What can we do? How many people can we help? Have you heard of that story? There are so many starfishes which get washed off into the beach every year. There are like thousands and thousands of starfishes on the beach. And there's this one person who's picking up one starfish and throwing it into the water. Coming back, picking up the other starfish and throwing it back. And all the people are looking at this man and laughing and says, there are hundreds and hundreds of them. What difference are you making? Are you really making any difference in this world? Sometimes don't you feel you have this question in your life, in your mind? Am I making any difference in this world? Am I really needed? Do I have any value? Do I have any worth? Do you sometimes feel like this? These questions come in your mind? So this person was told in such a way that what is the use? What is the big difference? But this person was a carrier of hope. So to teach them a lesson, he picked up one starfish, went to the ocean and threw it in the water. And he came back and told the people, I made a big difference in that starfish's life. I saved that one starfish. So you go and ask that starfish what a big difference has come in their life. Isn't it? So that is what hope can do. If you become the carriers of hope, you can make a big difference. Even if in one person's life, even if in one situation you help someone, even if in one trying, challenging time, you bring a smile in a person's very, very, depressed person's face. Isn't that a big thing for that person? So a ray of hope is enough to transform lives. And as devotees of Lord Krishna, as devotees who believe in the purity that of love that we are receiving from Radha Rani, as she said, the hope that Radha Rani is there to give to each suffering soul in this world, if we can be just a medium for giving that love of Radha Rani to others, that is the perfection of life. And just by doing that, you will see that your life is becoming so full of hope, so full of happiness, so full of bliss, that you will get the strength to not only face the challenges in your life, but also give that hope and help to others. And we have to be in the mood of taking shelter, because hope also stands for shelter, isn't it? Are you ready to take shelter? Do you think you have shelter in this material world? You think you have hope in this material world, in material things? Yes? You said yes? In material things, can we put all our hopes on material things like bank balance, properties? Sometimes we take shelter of all these things. We think that if we have a big bank balance, if we have properties, if we are very, very famous and popular, then we'll be very, very happy. If that would be true, then the first point I started was that most of the celebrities are committing suicide. There are hundreds of people running after them. Why should they? Because if we take shelter of the material world, of all the material things, everything is temporary here. And as someone said, what gives us loss of hope? When we are betrayed by the people whom we put all our hopes on, right? You put all your hopes on these material relationships in this world. And what is the history of it? There is always disappointment. Somebody said disappointment in the end, and there is always betrayals. So the Bhagavatam says they are like fallible soldiers. Fallible soldiers who cannot protect you when you need them the most. So we can only take the shelter which is infallible. There is another name of Lord Krishna which is Achyuta. Have you heard of Achyuta? It means infallible. He will never fail you. He will never betray you. He will always be there for you. Since time immemorial, we have been taking these births. We were in a mosquito body, in a cockroach body, then every bodies that we have taken till now. There's only one person who has come with us in all those different lifetimes. And that is Krishna in the form of Paramatma, isn't it? He's in our heart. Has your parents from that lifetime, have your friends, your husbands, your wives, have they come? No. So who is the most trustworthy friend? Surit, that is the word in Bhagavad Gita. Suritam. Suridam means the best friend. Is only one, and that is Krishna. So our hopes, our desires, everything, if we just keep on somebody who is infallible, don't you think that you will really be able to overcome this challenges from this material world? Because you're taking shelter of somebody who is infallible. He's like a rock. If you're drowning, what do you do first? If you're drowning in a river and you're flowing, you look for a rock to hold on to, right? You have to first hold on to that rock only and stand on that rock. Only then you can reach out and help others. Remember that always. Don't forget that. Why are we practicing this path of bhakti? Because we are trying to take shelter of the holy name, to protect ourselves so that our feet are on strong ground first. Only then you can help others. Only then you can become these carriers of hope for others. So our greatest hope and the greatest fortune is that we have somehow, by some great fortune, we have all come together in this wonderful association of devotees. Believe me, it is very, 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 very rare. Once in a lifetimes and lifetimes. In 84 lakh species that you have gone through, this is the first opportunity that we have got to be in the association of devotees. To come in the shelter of the Supreme Lord Krishna. This is the greatest fortune, the greatest hope-giving, opportunity that we have got. Do you want to waste this opportunity? Do you want to give up this opportunity? Do you want to take it for granted? Do you want to lose this opportunity? If we do that, then we will be the most foolish people on earth. So to make the most of it, the only thing we need to do is just be in the association of devotees and chant the holy names. So we are very, very blessed that we are in this beautiful shelter. It's like a shelter home. Even if earthquakes come outside, even if there are wars outside in the material world, this is like our sanctuary. This is like this shelter which can give us so much hope. And we can ultimately cross over this material world in this lifetime, and ultimately together we can be in the service of Radha and Krishna eternally. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for this.
We had a very interactive session, and I'm hoping that we will have a good question answers. So please feel free to ask any questions. We have 5-10 minutes.
Haribol.
Yes.
Hi Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for the wonderful lecture, and we really hope to listen to you in the future. My question is, you actually spoke very beautifully about hope giving us strength. But in some difficult situations, we pray to Krishna to give us strength, but we feel that our prayers are not answered, and because Krishna has planned something even better for us. So how do we practically stay strong in these kind of situations?
It's a beautiful question, because only a devotee can, have this, you have this experience that in difficult times you are at least turning to Krishna. Because we have that shelter. But there are so many others who are probably suffering in the same situation, but they don't know whom to turn to. Right? They just don't know what to do. They are so confused. They are, so at least, we have that shelter, that we know that we can pray to Krishna and keep that hope that, the difficult situation will pass through. You know, all things must pass. That is a very famous statement. One thing is there for certain, that even the good times pass and even the bad times, you know, go. But when you are going through those difficult times, it is very painful. And you may think that, is really Krishna hearing my prayers? Sometimes you start doubting. You know, is he seeing what is happening with me? And believe me, according to our karma, you know the karma, law of karma, right? According to karma, each one of us will get our share of suffering. But one thing Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita is that when you take shelter of me, I completely purify your karma. I completely destroy your karma. We must have that faith that whatever is happening to us, whatever difficulties we are facing, in the path of our Krishna consciousness, when we are praying to Krishna every day, it is actually our karma just getting destroyed by Krishna. And whatever we are facing or experiencing, the pain or suffering, is just medicine being given by Krishna to cure us of some disease, which we already have. Do you agree, if we are in this material world, we are there because we are having this disease, material disease, Bhava Rog? We are all suffering from Bhava Rog. And for that we need medicine, right? So when we are going through difficult times, don't you feel you intensely chant when you are suffering? Because tears are flowing from your eyes and you are really sincerely calling out for help. That means what? That you are taking the medicine more sincerely. And when you take the medicine more sincerely, what happens? Gradually, you get purified. And then slowly, you realize that all the suffering that I was going through was actually by Krishna giving me medicine so that I become all right, I become blissful and happy. And when that suffering goes away, you will really experience that bliss. And when you experience that happiness, even in the trying situation, you must know that it is strength that is coming from Krishna. And that is the real strength which Krishna gives you. And we see, right, in so many devotees' lives, you see them having some very big disease, but they are always smiling. How is it possible? How can somebody smile when they are going through some terminal disease? Right? That means they are getting that strength to smile from Krishna. Because even in those difficult times, Krishna is giving them that shelter. So we should be all grateful that we have the shelter of Krishna in all our difficult times. There are many who don't even have that. So it is your duty as carriers of hope to give them that when you see anybody suffering. Do you all promise you will do that? Thank you. Any other question or comments? Any comment?
We thank Mataji for this very insightful lectures. So I would like to make an announcement for the next Chetana. It's on 9th March and the topic is prayer our safety net. So do come for the next Chetana and share it among your friends and families and relatives as well. Hare Krishna.
So, Hare Krishna, we want to offer this wonderful service that if any of you want more personal interaction, more personal guidance, how you can make progress spiritually, if you want more spiritual, scriptural guidance, please, you can give your names, because we are planning to have smaller groups of interactions, but you have to register for that. So you can approach, whom they can approach? Okay, Ishita will be standing there. You can give your names and she will then guide you further. Okay? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Oh, there's a question. Okay.
As you said about karma, like then what did those innocent animals do that they have to face so much cruelty and all? Like they did not do anything wrong to humans or anyone, and then why do they have to face so much cruelty?
Actually, that's also law of karma. It is said in the scriptures that all the people who do cruelty to animals, they have to again take birth as animals to get the same, karma back. So karma is very intricate. We are not aware of how it works. But definitely all the animals, human beings who do cruelty to animals, they also have to take birth as animals. So it's a cycle which is going on since time immemorial. Till they purify their life by coming in the association of devotees and taking to the path of bhakti, then they can escape this cycle, this samsara chakra. So we are now going towards, oh, there's somebody who wants to say something. We have 1 minute, yeah. You're not audible. Take the mic, yeah. It's on, I think. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I have a question that how do we find hope in situations when we feel helpless, that we can't help our near and dear ones when we feel they are suffering from something? So how do we find hope in helpless situations that we want to help but we can't?
Yeah, it is very painful at that time when you see your own loved ones suffering, So when you see your family members or close people suffering, you must give them. See, you cannot give the shelter because you are yourself in this drowning in this water. So you can give them that anchor, which will be with the help of which they can come out of the suffering. So there are two ways you can help them. First is by connecting them to a higher source, which can give them that guidance that they need or the strength that they need. So giving them that faith in the holy name, or by reading them from scriptures or reading them stories, they can learn so much from that. So that's one way you can help them, by connecting them to the right person or the right source of knowledge which will give them that strength. And second thing is by giving always encouragement to them, to not give up. Even though you are helpless, at least you can give them that encouragement that don't give up, don't give up. So this is what you can practically do for your own loved ones.
Are there any more questions? So I request all of you to please chant 3 times Hari Bol to thank Mataji. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Thank you.
So now we'll be having dancing kirtan and there's prasadam below.
Are you all ready to dance? Yes. and take shelter of the holy name completely. So please close your eyes and from your heart offer this prayer to Krishna that please this 2024, let this be the year where I take complete shelter of the devotees and the path of Krishna consciousness so that we can get the ultimate hope in our life. Thank you.